The first gunshot cracked through the hospital corridor at 2:17 a.m., sharp and wrong, like something sacred had just been broken. Nurse Emily Carter froze mid-step, her hand still resting on the door of room 312. Inside that room, a 7-year-old girl slept curled around a stuffed dolphin, her breathing soft and uneven. Her name was Lily Reyes. And in the next few minutes, Emily would make a choice that would change both of their lives forever. Emily had worked the night shift at St. Mercy Hospital for 6 years. She had learned to read the language of beeping monitors and hushed footsteps, to recognize when panic was coming before it arrived. This felt different. The alarms didn't go off. No code was called. Instead, heavy boots thundered closer, voices low and urgent, and the unmistakable sound of metal scraping against metal echoed from the end of the hall. A heist. In a hospital. The idea barely made sense, yet it was happening. Lily had been admitted 2 days earlier after collapsing at school. The doctors were still running tests, but Emily knew one thing for sure: Lily's father was a Marine deployed overseas. He had kissed his daughter goodbye months ago, promising to come home soon. Emily had seen his photo taped to Lily's bedside, a man in uniform, smiling like he believed the world was a safe place. Another gunshot rang out, closer now. Emily didn't think, she acted. She lifted Lily gently from the bed, pressing a finger to her own lips as the child's eyes fluttered open in confusion. "Shh," Emily whispered, her voice steady despite the fear clawing up her chest. "We're going to play a quiet game, okay?" She carried Lily into the supply closet at the end of the hall, the one everyone forgot about. Inside, shelves overflowed with linens and outdated equipment. Emily tucked Lily behind a rack of blankets, crouching in front of her, her body a shield. The girl's small hands shook as she clutched the dolphin tighter. Footsteps stopped right outside the door. Voices murmured, angry, rushed. "It's supposed to be here," one man hissed. "The records. The drive." Emily's heart pounded so loudly she was sure they could hear it. She wrapped an arm around Lily, feeling the child's fear echoing her own. The men moved on, their voices fading. Emily waited, counting her breaths, until the silence felt heavy again. When she finally exhaled, Lily looked up at her with wide, serious eyes. "Are they bad people?" she asked. Emily swallowed. "They're lost," she said softly. "And we're safe." But safety was an illusion. As the night dragged on, Emily realized this wasn't a random robbery. The intruders weren't after drugs or cash. They were searching patient files, specifically military records tied to experimental treatments. Lily's name was on one of those files. Emily pieced it together in fragments overheard from the shadows. Lily carried a rare genetic marker, something valuable, something dangerous in the wrong hands. Her father's service record had flagged her case. The men weren't just thieves. They were hunting. When dawn finally broke and the police secured the building, Emily sat with Lily in the break room, exhaustion weighing on her bones. Lily fell asleep against her shoulder, trusting in a way that hurt. That's when Emily made another choice. She didn't file a standard report. She contacted someone she hadn't spoken to in years, a former military nurse who now worked with a protective services unit. Emily told her everything. Within hours, Lily was transferred under a different name to a secure facility. Her records were sealed. Her room at St. Mercy was left empty, as if she had never been there. Weeks passed. Emily returned to her routines, but something inside her had shifted. She couldn't forget Lily's small hand in hers, or the photo of a Marine who believed his daughter was safe. One evening, a letter arrived at her apartment, no return address. Inside was a photo of Lily, smiling on a sunny beach, and a note written in careful, uneven handwriting. "Dear Nurse Emily, my daddy is home. He says you are very brave. Thank you for hiding me." Emily sat down on the floor and cried, not from fear this time, but from relief. Months later, Emily stood at the airport, watching a Marine in dress uniform kneel to hug his daughter. He looked up, met Emily's eyes, and nodded once. No words were needed. Some promises didn't require thanks. They required courage. That night at St. Mercy Hospital had proven something Emily would carry with her forever: you don't have to wear a uniform to be a hero. Sometimes, heroism looks like a nurse in scrubs, standing between danger and a child, choosing love over fear when the world falls apart. And somewhere in the quiet spaces of the world, a little girl slept peacefully, because someone had been brave enough to hide her, and in doing so, uncovered the true power of compassion.